here at Media Day. Just want to let you media folk know that I'm just here so I won't get fired. So shoot.
Mrs. Butterworth, the Butterworth franchise has been successful for so long. Since the Flaming Waffles Bowl first came out in 2007, you've hoisted the championship waffle 4 times out of 8 years, and this could be your 5th in 9 years. Where do you stand in terms of all-time great teams?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, some say that since 2011 you haven't been the same. From 2007 to 2011 you won 4 out of your 5 championships, but after the birth of your 3rd child in 2011 you've only placed 4th, 5th, last year 6th out of 8 teams. What do you say to your detractors that say that your franchise is no longer a dynasty?
I'm only here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, this year many teams lost franchise players. Jamal Charles, Le'Veon Bell, Andrew Luck. Your team also had its share of injured reserve players. Mrs. Butterworth lost Arian Foster, Mark Ingram, and Martellus Bennett to injured reserve. You also lost Ben Roethlisberger to injury. And then you dropped him and he was picked up by Honey Nut Cheerios mid-season. You had 4 busts on your team, including $46 that you invested in C.J. Anderson, one of the biggest busts of 2015, and draft picks of Jordan Matthews, Brandon Cooks, and Devontae Adams that didn't pan out. You also let Allen Robinson go off your team to your opponent, Iron Grits. With all these poor decisions, how are you guys here in the Flaming Waffle Bowl 9?
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, is there any truth to the rumor that Iron Grits offered you Cam Newton for Travis Kelce earlier in the season?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Is it also true that negotiations for Travis Kelce included iterations of Cam Newton, Matthew Stafford for Kelce, and Roethlisberger?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, Allen Robinson, who is now a Iron Gritter, was on your team and started in week 1 of this year where he stank and you subsequently dropped him. Now he's a top 5 wide receiver and on the championship caliber Iron Grits. Do you have any regrets?
Just here so I won't get fined.
Have you talked with Allen Robinson? Are there any hard feelings?
Just here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, in the past, you've always killed the draft and ridden your draft to the championships. Over the last 3 years, though, that your drafts haven't been very good, and you've been quiet on the waiver wire pickups and trades. However, this year, your team has had such great efficiency in waiver wire pickups that it didn't matter that you were slow on the waiver wire. You were near a league low of 21 acquisitions all year long. By comparison, Gold Medal Hotcakes and Captain Syrup each picked up 29, Grits picked up 31, Honey Nut Cheerios picked up 32, and Shot of Vodka had a league high of 45. Do you think your pickups this year helped you get to the championship game?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, the makeup of your championship caliber team is as follows. Blake Bortles, $2. Martavis Bryant, $1. Devonta Freeman, $14. Patriots defense, $3. Seahawks coach, $4. Jeremy Hill, $1. Jay Cutler, $2. And D'Angelo Williams for $42. Who do you think was your best value?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Do you think the other coaches in the league were too stingy in bidding for Devonta Freeman? You got him for only $14, and he's the number 1 running back in the league.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Do you think you overpaid for D'Angelo Williams at $42?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
He may have single-handedly won you several games, but now you only stand at $1 left. Do you think the cost was too high?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Didn't you originally draft him for $5 at the beginning of the year?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Mrs. Butterworth, how do you spell Mrs. Butterworth?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
There have been numerous iterations of the Butterworth name, but it seems to constantly change. Why is that?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Is it true that you've been linked to collusion with the league commissioner about creating additional point totals for kickers who can kick 60-yard field goals?